So when you're talking about raising boys, we're in 2019 and we've kind of been through the most as a country in terms of gender-based violence and women suffering at the hands of man. And we've changed the conversations from women don't get abused, wear properly when you're in public, don't do this, don't do that, to kind of saying to men, just stop it. And I think a lot of that stems from having conversation, like grassroots conversations from them while they're still young. Are you kind of aware of how you're raising your boys and the conversations that you're having with them, or are we aware as a country also about how we're treating our boys, just to raise them in a way where they are aware of themselves and they're aware of women and they don't feel like they have ownership over women? It's such a tricky one, but where do you think we need to start off?
I say this very often, and one reality as a boy mom is I'm raising privilege. I'm raising, but like I always say, patriarchy lies dormant in my children. Misogyny lies dormant in my children. It's for me to manage it as a parent, not just as mom. It's a joint effort between my husband and I to teach them the right way to have certain conversations, the right way to be able to deal with women, to be able to deal with people. Because one other conversation we also need to have is we're not just raising boys and girls, we're raising humans. We need to make our children conscious of the fact that girls are not just girls. They're not just women. They're not just tools towards their success. These are humans. These are also people. They are also tough. They can also be hard if they want to be. They can also do the things that they do, might even be better than they do them. So, we need to start changing the conversation, and we've changed the conversation in our home. Especially, we just recently had our first sex talk with our kids. Obviously with context, you need to bring it into their context, the way that they understand it. And one of the things that we express to them is, the byproduct of having sex is that there could be babies that are made, there could be diseases that you have. But if you do have a baby, it means there's certain privileges that will be taken away from you. There's certain things that will be... So we can't have this conversation with just only girls, that you lose certain things, or you lose certain privileges when you have sex as a girl. The responsibility we need to also put on boys, to not allow them off the hook when it comes to certain things, because they have this privilege of knowing that, and we unconsciously do it as parents, that you have sex and then you're going to impregnate a girl, then she's going to have a baby, and then you're in trouble. And then what culture do we then perpetuate? We say to boys, you're going to have sex, you're going to leave her with an issue, and then you must run away, because if you come tell me, I'm gonna hold you accountable, and then no. It needs to be a conversation of, you will be responsible. I will make you accountable. I will hold you to account, and these are the repercussions. And if you know that you're not mature enough to take responsibility over that, just stay away. Don't. I
think it's also quite a cultural thing with us. I can't remember having an honest conversation about boys and sex and pregnancy with the older parents, the older generation.
Yes.
Like, boys are bad, just stay away. But I think I see that turning a little bit, where we having more honest and open conversations with our
conversations
kids.
that are principled and are valuable and are realistic, because they are going to get to an age where they're going to want to explore and have sex. But we need to make our children realize with every lesson that we teach them that accountability, it needs to be, you need to question what values are in that decision that you are making. Is it a principled decision that you are making? Is it worth the risk that you are going to be taking? So I think before, our parents had rules.
Yes.
Either you abide by the rules or...
My household.
Yeah, exactly.
My household rules.
But now we realize that children have the rules are meant to be broken. And when they break those rules, what they need to understand is there's consequences to certain things. There's consequences to certain choices that you make. And if we take away rules and rather say, here's a principled way of living, here's a value-based way of living, I think we're going to get more out of our children, because we put the pressure always seems to be sitting with the girl parents. It seems to be sitting with the girls of, just don't come home pregnant.
Yes.
Just don't come home pregnant. and we need to move. And I always say, we have this conversation with my husband and also other boy moms where, as you're raising your boys, to only worry about the one boy part. You know, you're worried about, oh, all I have to do is just raise a boy and send him out into the world. But when I have a girl, I'm just worried about all these other boys that are going to be chasing her, or all these other boy parts that are going to be.
That conversation.
We've normalized it, and we need to remove it from our conversation. We need to remove it from the way we talk as parents of boys. We need to start being and holding our boys accountable and saying, if a girl dare come and say, I am going to question it with everything to you, and I'm going to hold you accountable, and you will take responsibility until I'm proven otherwise. Because what have we done? We've placed far more responsibility on women and girls than we've placed on the boys. And they mess up, they're sitting in our jails, unrehabilitated. They're sitting in society, not rehab, and they're perpetuating the cycle over and over.
I think it's also about what we say to our boy kids, like this whole boys don't cry thing. Oh, it irks me so much because I was watching a documentary the other day, and this boy was talking about losing his mother 5 years ago, and you could see it's like losing a parent is a life-changing experience, and he wanted to cry so much, but he held it in, and I'm like, that kind of trauma destroys you as a human being. Like as a girl, I was able to cry about it and go to therapy about it, but we're teaching them that you don't have to do that.
Yes, you must man up.
Yeah, just man up, and take it as a man. We also have to be aware not to say those kinds of things as to our children.
And it builds up and manifests in another way. I mean, whatever tensions you hold in will manifest in another way. If we're not allowing our boys to cry, we're wanting them to man up, we're not allowing them to go through the emotions, they manifest in other ways and in other things, and these are the consequences that you as a parent will deal with.
Because they find other mechanisms to cope.
Exactly.
Which is very unhealthy and can become very toxic.
Exactly.
So let's talk about the sit down with Olwethu.
Yes.
What was the driving motivation to starting that platform?
I think it's just, starting my blog, first of all, was for me to share my experience of where I am as a parent, where I am as a young wife, where I am as just a woman, a human, in the world. I wanted to share my own experience in blog form in the beginning, and it grew from there. And I think the sit down is an extension of that. And it's literally just a navigation of womanhood. And it's not just from my perspective, but I'm bringing in now thought leaders. I'm bringing in professionals. I'm bringing in experts in their fields to really share their ideas and their ideologies about navigating womanhood, navigating life, navigating parenting, navigating marriage, navigating the many facets and many hats that we wear as women.
I think that's what I love about it, because it's so versatile. There's a topic about breastfeeding,
yes,
and talking about being a career mom,
exactly,
and feeding your kids.
And the thing is, we move fluidly as women throughout all these things. We move very fluid. Exactly. And there's this perception that we're able to switch from one thing to the other. But I'm sitting here doing this interview with you, but I'm already thinking ahead of, okay, the kids are closing. It's closing schools very soon. What's their holiday plans? Then what? What they're going to be eating tonight? Is everything fine at home? Okay, what are the groceries going to look like for the week?
You probably still have a work deadline tomorrow.
Exactly. So we move through all these roles with fluidity. So why not have a platform that moves through them with fluidity, and we're able to have these conversations without saying, okay, switch this off now and then switch that on. There's no career woman without considering the fact that she must still pump breast milk before going to work.
So
everything just moves together. That's just who we are as women.
I love it. And what's next for you? I know you're doing Oh Baby right now.
Yes, so it's Oh Baby right now. We're wrapping up Oh Baby. And I don't know. I think the sit down is one of the bigger focuses at the moment. We'll see where else God wants to take me. Where else? I'm just rolling with it. I'm just rolling with it.
So where can people check Oh Baby?
check Oh Baby every Friday on One Magic at 8:30 in the evening. And there's a repeat on Saturday at 2 o'clock, and then on Sunday at 2 o'clock on Zanzi Magic. Yes. That's what there is to look forward to. But every week I drop a podcast. Every Wednesday or Thursday, there's a podcast that drops, and we talk about everything. I think every week is a new discovery for me as well, and it's a learning experience. At the end of the day, we don't know what we don't know, and I think that's the most beautiful thing about us as women. We know we don't know what we don't know, and we're always information seeking. We're always looking for new information absorbing. We're not like men. We don't take and compartmentalize. We do take and compartmentalize, but we move through it so fluidly.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Very fun conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
With all the other projects that are coming your way.